Product Saver. What we want to show you on this videotape is our Product Saver automated bag opening system. We have a unit that's set up here that we manufactured for one of our customers, and we're going to show you this system. It's a finished system. We're going to show you all the components to the system, how it works, how it operates on their particular bags. These are standard 50-pound bags, craft type bags. Seed is in these bags, so it's a granular type product, flows right out of the unit, but these are the bags we'll have go through. I want to go through each component, show you the system in a little bit of detail, and this particular section right here you can see is our incline belt feeder. This takes the bags up to the bag opening system. The bag incline conveyor is such that the length is determined by the system itself, how high the system is. This conveyor, the belt speed is run at a particular bag per minute rate. Depending on downstream product takeaway components, we can gear this belt to however many bags per minute you need, whether it's 5 bags per minute or less, 10, 15, 20. Whatever the case, this belt speed will deliver the proper number of bags to the system. This particular conveyor is on wheels. It is portable. You can wheel it around. The conveyor, though, is tied up, bolted together at the top end to the cutting section just for stability. So what we'll do now is we'll move our way towards the bag opening system itself, and I'll show you those components. Okay, I'm standing at the bag opening system itself. This is the main portion of the bag opening system. The bag opening system consists of a cutting section, which is this component right here, and a separating section. Now the cutting section is such that it cuts the bag all the way through. We cut the bag into strips. In this particular case with seed product, because it flows extremely well, we only use one rotary knife blade, just a single blade, cuts the bag right on through into halves. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. The bags travel up that conveyor, over the top pulley, down a chute, and by gravity only, the bags slide down through the blades, or in this case the blade. We do not use any feed belts in our standard bag opening system. We use strictly gravity. The bags just slide right down through the blade. Now the blade is rotating at a high speed, so you get a nice, precise, clean cut on the bag. So the bags travel through the cutting section. They go into the separating section, this section right here. The separating section consists of a rotary drum. It's a screen line drum with the mesh size determined by the size of the product, whether it's a granular product like we're going to run pellets, bigger chunks of product, pet foods, down to powders where we can sift it a little bit finer. So again, screen size is dependent on the product. This particular system is set up with a hopper transitioning down close to the floor. With this particular seed, the seed is going to go through a floor grate down to a bucket elevator on the floor below. So that's how this seed will be transported away from the unit. Now the elevation, this elevation of the system is determined by what we put underneath. If we have to transition down, the machine goes up, and we put the machine on extensions. So we engineer all that here. So the bags tumble through the system. We have internal vanes or flights that are pitched. That guides the bag from the front to the back. The bags travel out the back of the separating section. They just rotate right on out of there, down a hood. We have a bag compactor on the back end. It's flange bolted to this hood. This is a screw type compactor. As bags drop down into this device, the screw takes it. Let me move this trash can. The screw takes it and fills this can liner. Now this is just a standard can liner. Most of our customers put a long tubular poly bag on the back end, maybe 8 or 10 foot or even longer if you can handle it. And that screw just keeps compressing the material into that bag. We have a clamp here with a limit switch. So if it's unclamped, it shuts down power to the unit. That's a good segue to go to the electrical portion of the unit. We mount a enclosure on the side of the bag opening system. All the motor starters are internal. We have your illuminated push buttons on the exterior of the box. You have your e-stop, lockable disconnect, brings power, and you start the unit from left to right. So the unit is turned off. Now this is wired sequentially, so you can't start components downstream until you go basically from the back to the front. So you have to have the bag opening system running before bags can be fed into the unit. That's how it's wired. Everything is on twist lock plugs, so you can break it apart. You can see we have caster wheels on the components. You can break these components apart. We have various safety switches on the unit so that when you do break these components apart, safety is obviously paramount, shuts down power to the unit. Well, I think that's enough talk. What we'll do now is go ahead and fire it up, send some bags through. You can see how it operates. Okay, that was the test run. We showed some shots of the seed. We'll get a little close up there in a minute. It's just that the hopper was so low to the ground. Actually, this hopper acted in this particular test like a surge. So your seed built up in the hopper. Obviously, as I explained before, that seed will go through the floor. Again, discharge is based on however you want it set up in your plant. We've transitioned down to an outlet where you can attach a rotary valve to a pneumatic system. We've even elevated it and put some super sack totes underneath. So again, this particular area from this point down where the product comes out is totally unique to your process. Here's the cut bags. You can see the bags are cut in half. We get a nice clean cut. This is a multi-walled craft bag. You can see the nice quality cut we get on it. Better than an operator would do manually with a razor knife. It does that good. So that's the bags. Bags come out of this tube. And this is the product. In this case, seed. And you can see that this particular unit goes through a lot of bags in a short period of time. So I hope that gives you an idea on how our bag opening system works. We have units here to test your particular bags. All we need is a few bags. Send them in. We'll be more than happy to look at them. Or we can talk and lay out a specific system for you for your particular process or plant. Be more than happy to do that.